What a great qualifying it was. Kimi Antonelli doing the job right, getting it right, shooting for the pole and getting it in the nick of time. All through FP1, FP2, Mercedes were not in the question. They were in the no. But they came into FP3 today. They looked like a strong team. They were up there. They made some changes to the car. Ferrari said they didn't make any change to the car. The Mercedes team made some changes to the car. They sucked up. They were in the competition. But Max Verstappen and Ferrari also looked very, very strong. They were there up and up, neck and neck with them. McLaren did a good job today. They stuck it up. They got a better performance. They were in it. So FP3 was a very good FP3 and we saw great gains from some teams. But for the Cadillac and for the Aston Martin team, they still look like a team that's struggling and they keep struggling. I think they will be able to get better. But from what I'm seeing, yeah, the Cadillac package looks strong. The only problem with the Cadillac package still remains their braking issue. I don't know the type of brake they are using. This generation of cars needs more cooling for brakes, unlike the last generation. And they are new in the team. They didn't go through the first turbo hybrid era 2014. A little bit smaller car, but not as small as this. And I think with the outgone regulations, which was the last regulation, and these new regulations, it was a little bit difficult for them to really get an adaptable understanding into what they need to do. And that really came as a root shock for them because they started having overheating, brake disc burning. Yesterday they had it on Perez's car, they had it on Perez's car today, and on Valtteri Bottas's car in the FP3. So going on a long run, they would have to struggle tomorrow. 71 laps is going to be a huge struggle for them, no doubt. But Toledo knocked himself out. The walls are calling, the barriers are calling, and for you to get the best lap in Monaco, you need to kiss the wall. You need to pay homage to the wall, tell the wall you are here, and that's how to get the best time out in Monaco. And the drivers did a good job in getting that out, but some drivers really went into the walls, kissed it, bashed it unnecessarily, and there's no forgiveness in Monaco. So Lewis Hamilton kept his domination against his teammates, outqualified him again, which means Lewis Hamilton is really pushing in this car. He's trying to get the best out of the car, which gives a positive for him. Not so bad, but the quali was mysterious. A great one. Red flag in Q1. Not more drivers were able to come out to set pace. Carlos Sainz was able to get himself out of Q1 into Q2, struggled to get it out, but we saw that the Mercedes really looked like a team that owns it. They came here, they were not playing. They wanted to put a statement down. They were able to make the statement and say, hey guys, we are here, we're not joking. This is the reality, and here they are. They paid homage to that reality, and that we saw in their performance today. Great performance for Mercedes, for McLaren, and for Red Bull and Ferrari also. But for Kimi Antonelli, 100%, 1000% performance. He laid it all there, he laid it all down, just like 18 Senna do say. He always says getting pole position in Monaco is like an out of body experience. That was an absolute masterclass for Kimi Antonelli, a young boy giving all those old men a run for their money in Monaco. First pole position for him in Monaco. That is massive. His second season in F1, massive, massive, massive. And this boy is exceeding all expectations. He keeps showing that he's fearless, and he's not just there to warm benches. He's not there to compete against George Russell, because George Russell is not in his competition. I'm sorry. That is what he's saying. No, George Russell in his own time keeps coming out. I have beaten this person. I have beaten that person. Kimi Antonelli is not coming to give an explanation. He's just coming to do the job and tell everybody this is not a competition. This is Kimi Antonelli and Mercedes. His performance in the qualifying this season has been astounding, and especially in Monaco, it is out of this world. Lewis Hamilton was able to nick the pole. Verstappen nicked him off the pole. Antonelli came and nicked it off. And Antonelli's teammate George Russell was able to come in sixth. He struggled all through the qualifying. George Russell struggled all through the Monaco preparation, practices, everything. It was a struggle for him, and it shows where his mind is, because Kimi Antonelli setting poles and winning races has really gotten into his head. And this is the first time. See, when you have a driver that comes out thinking he's beating everybody because he's not seeing the right competition, he's not been in the same right car that suits all drivers, or should I say his teammate, he will keep talking instead of doing. But now George Russell is not even doing or talking, he's looking, because Kimi Antonelli is not just there to talk, he's doing it, and he's setting the pace, and he's telling them, look at it, I'm showing the result, just the result alone, no argument, just the result. And that is what he's showing, and that is really speaking for him. The qualifying was massive, was great, as in this qualifying is one of the most interesting qualifyings I've seen this season, and it shows that the race tomorrow will be crazy, because those at the back, those that have the fast car will want to push, and it's going to be very interesting. I'm losing into the top 10. Great one for him. The two Red Bulls, the two Ferraris, the two Mercedes, the two McLaren, top 10, perfect. Aja overcame the fear overcame the struggles, top 10. Shows that tomorrow race is going to be elite. It's going to be very, very tough. There are going to be lots of yellow flags tomorrow, I'm telling you. For Lando Norris's incident for stopping on the track around the Novel, his McLaren team has been fined €30,000, which is going to be very, very huge for them. But the funny thing is, it's going to be a mixed one. Getting off the line tomorrow, Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari, how did they get it up? How did they fire their car up? Great qualifying for Charles Leclerc. He was the home favorite. He came with lots of hope, lots of it, and on the last part, he went into the barriers. Not a damage for him, but Charles Leclerc is somebody that puts his whole heart into qualifying, his whole soul into qualifying, and did a good job. And for Max Verstappen to great job, for a massive job for Red Bull. It's going to just be neat and pick to see how we are going to get out of the qualifying and how neat and pick to get into the real racing tomorrow. And seeing these drivers driving this car looks super, super exciting. Though the cars are slow, but the speed these guys are carrying, the downforce is massive. And seeing what these guys are doing, especially for a Max Verstappen, dragging that Red Bull into P2, that is massive. All eyes were on Ferrari, that Ferrari would nick the pole because they have the car to do it. But those that have the highs brought their highs and said, no, it's not just the car now, it's the highs. But you can see at the end of the day, the gap is just very, very small, unlike what we've been saying all through the year. And it's going to be a very interesting one to see. The race tomorrow, you don't want to miss it. Let me know what you think about what the probability of Ferrari and Mercedes will be tomorrow, including Red Bull, in the comment section. Join the race. I love you guys. Bye. Cheers.